It's official. Iron Man will not be returning to the MCU, which sucks. This is straight out of Kevin Feige's mouth. Robert Downey Jr., he's not going to be coming back, guys. And that sucks because most of us really, really like RDJ as Iron Man. But Kevin Feige, this is from his mouth, guys, says Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man will not return to the MCU. As for the other Avengers, the president of Marvel Studios did not address the rumors of their return. Well, because there was always thoughts that Secret Wars would have some kind of version of Iron Man in there, that all the original MCU people would come back, like Black Widow, Chris Evans, Captain America. But now this is from the big head honcho, guys. Kevin Feige, the guy who runs it all, is saying that Robert Downey Jr. will not return to the MCU. And this is the big story of the day because it's going to be across all the big trades and stuff. Guys, do you like this? Does it make sense? I think I really thought there was going to be, an alternate, from another dimension, a version of Tony Stark that we would see in Secret Wars or something like that. But I guess not, according to Kevin Feige. So he says this in a interview with Vanity Fair, quote, "We are going to keep that moment and not touch that moment again," about Tony Stark's emotional final moments in Endgame. "We all worked very hard for many years to get that, and we would never want to magically undo it in any way." Well, that's what would happen. And the MCU has not been afraid of reviving dead characters. I mean, they're the kings of fake out deaths. And I think all of us pretty much assumed, because of Secret Wars, it allows like the Skrulls and stuff like to take over them and stuff, that we would see Robert Downey Jr. again. And I even thought that we would see RDJ in some kind of cameo capacity where he's like recorded a hologram for somebody to, follow his work and how he develops certain technologies and stuff like that. I thought that would be the bare minimum. Now, it does feel like that's a hard line in the sand, that we'll never see him there again. But I still think I'm holding out hope that, like, in some cameo capacities, but as a main character in a movie ever again, yeah, of course, right? Like, even in the Secret Wars, I never thought that Captain America or Iron Man or Black Widow would ever be like the main characters of that. They would just be characters that would come in at a certain point in the film to help drive forward the current Avengers, whoever they may be. Because none of us really know who the current Avengers are right now. None of us do. So it's kind of like, well, yeah. So it's a bit of a situation that is gonna. Well, I'm waiting to see what the other fan reactions are going to be, right? Joe Russo, who directed Endgame, recalled the moment RDJ came in back for a quick reshoot. "We're already said tearfully goodbyes on the last day of shooting." Yeah, so they're just talking about him saying goodbye. He did a great job with the Iron Man role. He is my favorite MCU character. If you don't know my past with Iron Man, I was going through a really bad period of my life at the time. Everything had fallen apart for me, and I watched Iron Man, and it inspired me because he was the guy that used his brain, his smarts, to think himself out of like the worst situation of his life. And I found that extremely, extremely inspirational. So, yeah, I kind of see like all the work they've done in the MCU. I can see that bringing back Iron Man would be kind of like undoing that. But I think for the most part, fans, they're going to be clamoring. They want to see it. So it's kind of like RDJ was so iconic in that role. I still think that in some capacity, we will get him back in some fashion. What do you guys think about this story? Let me know in the comments below. RDJ, done with the MCU, according to Kevin Feige. Not even in a cameo capacity. I find that hard to believe. I want to hear your thoughts. One more quick MCU story before we go on to the weekend's box office here. Talking about who the possible future Avengers could be. Shang-Chi's Simu Liu steps back from Disney World's candlelight processional amid health issues. Oh no, what's going on with Simu Liu? Yeah, because everybody thought that he would be part of the next Avengers team, but we haven't seen him since Shang-Chi. So it's kind of like, What's going on? So he's got some health issues? Bummer, man. Hope it's nothing too serious. Because, wish good health for people, right? Liu took to his Instagram with a sincere message, regretfully announcing his absence from the event, citing health concerns for himself and his family as the primary reason. Despite not not elaborating on a specific health issue, it's notable that Liu recently made headlines for a torn Achilles tendon. Oh, okay. Those are awful. You see YouTube videos of people tearing their Achilles, and hearing that popping noise, it's oh man. So if he's recovering from that, okay. Of course, we just saw him last in the Barbie movie. So there's the statement there. I'm so absolutely gutted to have to drop out of this year's Candlelight Procession at Disney World. For those who were looking forward to seeing me, know that I equally was looking forward to be part of your holidays. The health of myself and my family are of paramount importance to me. After all, well, of course. After all that's the spirit of the season. And so after some health scares, I've made the difficult decision to stay home. No worries, man. Something tells me this isn't the last you've seen of me at the Candlelight, though. Let's keep all fingers crossed for 2024. Yeah, Simu Liu, fascinating. Will he be in Avengers 5 or Avengers 4 and 5? Hopefully. Well, I guess it would be technically Avengers 5 because Infinity War and Endgame were two separate movies, even though I think about them as one big movie. What do you guys think about those headlines, those Marvel headlines? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. There are all my other social media handles that you can follow right there. All right, guys, it's Monday, so it's time to talk about the weekend's box office report. And it was Godzilla versus Beyonce. And who came out on top? Well, as we predicted, it was Beyonce. So this is the weekend's box office for the weekend of December 1st to the 3rd. Starting with the top 5. Number 1, Renaissance, a film by Beyonce. Number 2, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Number 3, Godzilla -1. Number 4, Trolls Band Together. And number 5 was Wish. Wish hung in there. I was predicting that Napoleon would hang in there. Actually, I thought Napoleon would be number 4 and Trolls